can't fuck with you no more. Hey, baby, I feel like a star. Rocking out with my guitar. I'm a good eight like Tarzan.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today we're reacting to how Joji escaped from Filthy Frank. Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, you guys know what Joji has done to me. If you didn't know, bro has put me through a lot of pain. So today we're gonna switch it up. I don't know who the hell is Filthy Frank. You guys requested me to react to this. It's something different on the channel. I'm not kind of fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? So like we can see like just something different. You know what I'm saying? Something different. Something different. Something different. But yeah, I'm actually intrigued to watch this. I don't really know who the hell Filthy Frank is. If it's something that gets me pissed off, not gonna lie, I'm really gonna get pissed off at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you guys have put me through a person that has put me through a lot of pain, and after that, just to figure out, bro, was a bot. But yeah, hopefully it's not real. How Joji escaped Filthy Frank. What the fuck? All right. Anyways, let's get right into it. Indeed. Story. What is this suspenseful music
of the Filthy Frank story? Dr. Filthy Francis was the
oh hell nah, cigarettes in the nose, nigga. Joji, this better not be real.
Literal embodiment of everything a person should not be. Yet somehow he's one of the most iconic and beloved YouTubers to ever grace the platform.
He was a bad boy.
Unfortunately, Filthy Frank is no longer with us.
Ooh. The pig nigga! The nigga that used to always do that nasty shit! Nigga, I know you're fucking lying right now. Joji, if that's you, it's up!
R.I.P. Filthy Frank. You'll be missed. Goodbye, Filthy Frank. You've lived your life. Joji will take your place. Poor guy wanting to make music, but everyone cares about Frank more. The pink dude used to give me nightmares, bro. This comment couldn't be more wrong. Frank was abandoned so Joji could shine. As of today, Joji has sold 10 million records in the US alone, making him the most successful musician who was previously a YouTuber.
Inspirational.
And I mean a real YouTuber. One who uploaded consistently, identified...
This is actually real! Joji, you a bitch!
...platform and built a fan base. Not like Justin Bieber, Post Malone, or Selena Gomez posting a couple of videos 12 years ago. George Miller has shown us many different versions of himself over the years, but it seems like Joji is the version of himself he always wanted to be. You may think this transition from super famous YouTuber to super famous singer was—
Bro, this is like some music that I hear in fucking Batman, nigga. Take off this fucking suspenseful music, bro. You're gonna get me scared.
It's easy. I mean, millions of people love you, right? Wrong. Filthy Frank's viewer base were millions of toxic, unforgiving internet trolls. The type that would bully guys like Joji into submission. He carefully crafted a master plan that he executed over 3 years to build up his music career through the beloved Filthy Frank character, then killed him forever at the peak of his popularity. Make sure you're hydrated while watching this video. Disaster Music was the name of the very first YouTube channel created by George Miller in 2011, who at the time was a 16-year-old attending the Canadian Academy while living in Japan. He uploaded a few goofy skits of him and his friends, but not for long.
Dang, nigga, you have horrible quality.
Hiatus after it wasn't working out. During this hiatus, he focused on his music career.
I need some cold air.
George Miller was singing alongside his classmates in the school choir. By night, he was spitting bars in the Japanese hip-hop group called Beats Miso.
Okay, nigga, all the Japanese pussy.
His name, MC Ruckus. Beats Miso was
I liked him. He was a troll, just like me.
A collective of creatives who rapped, beatboxed, and embraced hip-hop culture. I don't know if he ever went by the name Disaster Music, but it's safe to say his intentions were to promote his own music by making this channel. George would return to YouTube on August 5th, 2011 with the most iconic and artistic intro of all time.
I'd like to share with you a little story.
Ah yes, it was quite the story.
Oh, I heard that before. I like to show you guys a little story. I heard that before.
From here, Filthy Frank was the face of the Disaster Music channel. He told us stories about his everyday life, giving us a taste of his personality, which consisted of mostly offensive and shocking humor.
Over the past week, people were going back and forth, throwing racial slurs at each other, and I loved it.
And it didn't even take long for him to bless us with his first song, Who's the Sucker?, which was the beginning of George's meme rap career. Just a few months later, we got the introduction of Pink Guy, which would be the second character of the Filthy Frank universe. Part of Pink Guy's character was that he rapped.
Oh no, no, Joji! You're Pink Guy! I know who Pink Guy is! He's that nasty motherfucker. He used to get me traumatized.
A Pink Guy video, you were going to get a song with it. It was a sneaky way for George to promote his future music career into the Filthy Frank lore. Along with Pink Guy, there was Red Dick, Prometheus, then the Dark Lord Chin Chin,
Oh my God,
and
Joji, you
Salamander
packing.
Man, Lemon, Safari Man, Fake Frank. There were so many characters that were involved in the Filthy Frank show because that's exactly what it was, a show. If you clicked on this video in 2012 called I Hate Fat People and you weren't familiar with Filthy Frank, you might think this is just a rude teenager with a throat condition trying to be edgy and get a rise out of people. But when you scrolled to the comments, you saw a bunch of praise. People who loved this questionable humor. You had to pick a side.
Wow.
You either think he's an asshole or a relief from an overly PC
This
society.
is kind of like
George
Speed, how
didn't
he is
start
right
every
now.
video with a disclaimer saying that Frank is a character and he shouldn't be taken seriously. He just kept creating. And it was up to you to figure it out. The Filthy
That's
Frank
why
story,
that's
as well as
fine.
the slew of side
Go
characters,
with what you believe in.
was extremely complex and lacking continuity. Sometimes he would upload videos for a full year without continuing the story. If you think the story aspect was just an excuse for him to make edgy jokes and have a cop-out to avoid being canceled, tell that to this 5,000-word timeline of the story, including a table of contents and trivia questions, along with a number of extensive breakdowns on YouTube and, of course, millions of fans who are excited to see the plot evolve. But the more confusing and twisted the plot became, the crazier and crazier Frank got,
Why does he look like Klay Thompson?
the more fans wanted to dive deep into his channel, go back and watch every single video, obsess over him until they were all in on the joke. YouTube didn't like Filthy Frank.
Not surprising, nigga. They definitely tried terminating bro's channel.
Even back in 2013, before everybody knew that YouTube had a bias for family-friendly content, creators who pushed the boundaries of the community guidelines were facing punishment. He constantly was getting videos age restricted, deleted.
You guys know the video of me with the nut on my face? Well, it wasn't even nut. Well, basically, so that video did actually get age restricted.
Copyright claimed.
No,
He
I
was on
think
the
it got
brink
off
of
though.
losing everything. It was around this time, mid-2014, where George actually attempted to quit the Filthy Frank character. This was long before he peaked in popularity. It was around 200,000 subscribers. May
Wow.
3rd, 2014, he posted a video called Filthy Frank Exposes Himself.
I have not been well the last couple months. Long story short, I was born with this, but I was recently diagnosed with a brain condition that
He had a brain tumor. No.
gives me seizures induced by stress, which unfortunately comes from, a lot of it comes from running this show. It's tough. So I just needed to come back and explain a few things to you guys. So I hope you guys understand. I'm terribly sorry. You know, this sort of thing
Joji, you actually did eat a lot, because I see you recently, you did look a little chunky.
happens, you know, like
For the first time ever, he addressed the camera as George Miller in a very serious manner. The remainder of this 12-minute video is George announcing multiple different projects he's been working on and what to expect moving
Pray for
forward,
Joji,
including
bro.
an animated series,
It's
2
only
Pink Guy
2020,
albums,
2023.
merchandise, and a vlog channel, Joji
Yeah.
Vlogs. This was the first introduction of the alias Joji.
That this channel really has nothing to do with Filthy Frank or anything, and I would like to keep it that way, so really it's for myself. So if it bores you, I'm terribly sorry. My life is pretty boring.
So the Joji vlogs were supposed to be a detailed look inside of his everyday life. No pranks, no skits, no Filthy Frank at all. Only the diehard of the diehard fans liked these vlogs. They were shaky, lacking structure, lacking entertainment, and kind of lacking purpose. But most people's everyday lives are mundane. That's why vloggers have to make up these ridiculous scenarios to be entertaining. However, there
Remember when Logan Paul went to the fucking Korea or whatever he did, and after that, man, I remember seeing that video. I ain't gonna lie, I did not understand what it was first, but then when I got older, I did actually understand, and that was actually wild. But bro actually somehow didn't get canceled for that. It came back.
is one very important thing that these vlogs conveyed. Happiness. George was very happy.
Aw,
making
his
these
smile's
videos. He
so
was laughing,
booty.
hanging with his buds.
He's
making
handsome, though.
music.
I'll
It was
fuck with
clear
Joji.
he loved Joji Vlogs.
Wow.
Which made me go back to this Filthy Frank Exposed video and realize how much of a transitional moment this was for his career. I left out one major detail about this video. His fans hated it. They hated the idea of him slowing down. They
Damn.
hated all of the new ideas he had. They were toxic, aggressive, rude, and basically just thousands of edgy children who wanted more
Damn.
filth. They did not care about his health, his well-being, him as a
Bro, what the fuck is wrong for you? I ain't gonna lie, if you type this to me respectfully, I'm probably gonna ignore it. I'm being completely honest. And after that, I'm probably just gonna keep moving on forward.
person,
Like,
and a lot of them
somebody
thought
said-
that this was going to be his demise. So
Damn.
going back to the video, you can tell from his
What the fuck
demeanor,
does
he's
demise
trying
mean?
to be serious, but almost afraid of what the response will be. Like, he knows they're gonna hate it. constantly reassuring them that the content isn't going to change and everything is going to be the same. But if everything was going to be the same, then what's the point of putting out an update video? I believe it was this video where George wanted to transition out of the Frank character, become a more true version of himself, making music, being chill, some jokes and pranks here and there.
And now he makes me fucking cry all day.
But calming down severely since he had a health condition he needed to handle. He hoped that his fans would accept the transition.
Nigga, you can't be real.
Since he had a cult-like following. Some of them did, but most of them didn't, forcing him to come to the realization that Filthy Frank could
Bro, take the fucking cigarettes off your fucking mouth, nigga. You're gonna get fucking lung nose.
not die. If he ever wanted to achieve his dreams of becoming a musician, he needed to grow that fan base. The transition wasn't just gonna be, hey, I'm done with this, come follow my other thing. It needed to be smoother and slower. George deleted the Filthy Frank Exposed video, acted like it never happened. He sent all of his viewers to the new TV Filthy Frank YouTube channel since Disaster Music was on the brink of being deleted. From May 3rd, 2014 and on through the next 3 years, he would embark on his journey of growing his fan base through the Filthy Frank show with the ultimate goal of slowly transitioning into Joji.
Oh, he's smart.
The content actually got filthier. I don't know how much it impacted his health, but there's no way that it helped. He did things that were so disgusting, I can't even display them in this video. Bathing in a bath of ramen.
I remember that. Oh God, I remember that video. All my life, I remember that video, and I was so fucking disgusted.
Making soup out of dead rats, making a cake out of human hair and eating it, making a cake out of vomit and eating
I remember that video too.
it. Pink Guy was making raps and messing with people in public. He brought back the iconic
His dirty ass apartment.
Filthy Frank reacting to things on the internet series. Some of these videos doing tens of millions of views. From 2014 to 2016, Filthy Frank exploded. He was the counterculture. He was anti-pop culture. He was the furthest thing from political correctness, which is why people loved him. The content he made will never be made ever again. YouTube would strike someone down in an instant if they tried to do this type of stuff. All the while, he was building a fan base of millions. I also believe that Pink Guy was actually more famous than Filthy Frank. He had gone viral so many times in that suit, including literally inventing the Harlem Shake, and it was just so memorable. But remember that he always released his music through Pink Guy. His fans loved it, but it wasn't serious.
He was smart.
Not well produced, not well mixed, just another attempt to get some laughs. During the midst of his blow up in 2015, he released 2 songs, Tom and You Suck Charlie,
Tom
under
and
the
Jerry.
artist name Joji.
You Suck
These were the
Dick.
very first Joji records. The records consisted of somber and smooth lo-fi beats with Joji softly rapping and singing,
I come
obviously
on the
being
beat,
totally
I
opposite
come on
from
her
his manic
cheeks,
life
I
as
nutted
Filthy
in
Frank.
1 second.
These songs
It's
didn't
okay,
perform
it
that
was
well. He also had to
1.1.
disable the
Last
SoundCloud
time
comments
I
because
lost
people were
my
going there
record.
and bullying
I'm
him.
sucking on
Only
dick,
the obsessive
and I fucking
fans liked it.
wiggers.
For the next
Yeah,
year, he
I
quietly
fucking
released tunes
wiggers.
and didn't promote them that much. About 90% of these early records were just instrumentals. He maybe had 4 or 8 bars of singing, and the rest of the song was just instrumentation. A lot of his vocals kind of even sounded like they were sampled, like you couldn't even really tell if it was him. The song World
Not
Star
gonna lie,
Money
Joji, stop smoking fucking cigarettes, bro. Smoke weed at this point.
was one of the first Joji records to get
World
some
Star
attention
Money?
from his fans. This was a smart strategy for him. Instead of just throwing a ballad of him singing his heart out with a full-on music video, he planted little seeds. Just a couple of singing lines or a couple of rapping lines. Not trying to overwhelm them, just slowly gaining their interest.
Oh, so he was like teasing them with that dick, and after that he just put it in, and after that it just went boom. Went boom.
And slowly gaining their trust. Throughout 2016, he was working on a Pink Guy album, releasing music videos and snippets throughout the year. The fans could not wait for Pink season.
Wow.
It's also worth mentioning that George was collaborating with a lot of other big creators, as well as getting love from musicians. He was a huge fan of the SoundCloud scene. On the EDM side,
It's probably gonna be like Lil Yachty. Definitely notice him, most likely. I think Lil Yachty. Yeah.
and on the rap side, music people
Because Yachty knows like everybody.
wanted to fuck with him since he was a huge YouTuber and he was lit. But I'm sure behind the scenes, when they hung out, they realized he was just a really cool dude. So he was making a lot of friends in the industry.
Yeah.
Pink Season released in January of 2017. It was a 33-song magnum opus of meme rap, which was a
31
massive
songs?
hit with his fan base. If there was a best meme rap album award, this would win every year. It should have won a
Duh.
Grammy. Pink Guy, as an artist and an internet figure, was peaking
I ain't gonna lie, Joji, you do run like a fucking bot.
higher
And that dude could have definitely ran after you. He is black. You should have ran faster.
than ever. But remember, during the peak of all of this success, he was still quietly in the background working on Joji music,
Like how I'll be in the background beating my me every video.
planting those seeds. A big part of his transition out of YouTube into music was with his affiliation to 88 Rising. 88 Rising is a management, record label, video production, and marketing company. They gained popularity by working with Asian artists who released their music in the States.
Beautiful.
Before Joji, some of the popular artists were Rich Brian, Keith
Nice.
Ape, and the Higher Brothers.
Oh my god, all these niggas smoke cigarettes. Oh my fuck. Oh hell. Motherfucker. Oh hell nah. This nigga got a double chin in this motherfucker. Get in the fucking jail.
Obviously, Joji would be the perfect fit for them. In October of
What do you
2016,
mean, obviously, Joji would be the perfect fit?
he got the first post on their page. It was something of a Pink Guy music video, but it wasn't him performing. I think it was the label's way of using George's influence to market this other song that was playing in the background. They would ultimately post his first song ever on their page, Tom, over a year after it was originally released. Then they posted another and another, giving us the obvious
Oh, so
indication
he
that
just-
88 Rising and Joji are working together.
W.
Just assuming that he signed with them.
Wait,
This
Rising,
would bring us to April
W88.
2017 with I Don't Want to Waste My Time, which was full-blown, in-your-face singer-songwriter Joji. Emotional ballad, reverbed vocals,
Bro,
not
don't
trying to
play
hide
some
the fact
sad
that
music,
he is a
bro. I
performer.
can't cry
Most
today.
YouTubers turned musician are complete and utter trash, only in it for the money. But Joji is one of the few exceptions. He has real talent. It was after this song that the Filthy Frank fans realized how serious Joji was and how much potential he had.
Dang.
Little did the fans know that because of all this success with Pink Guy's music and Joji's
Yeah.
seeds being planted, Filthy Frank was coming to an end. He
Damn.
uploaded just 3 videos in early 2017 that weren't music related. And throughout the middle of 2017, the fans pretty much got nothing. Pink Guy was more popular than ever, linking up with SoundCloud artists, releasing an album full
Nice,
of remixes
but
from some of the
sad.
biggest EDM producers at that time.
Wow.
His career was moving in the direction that he always wanted. He was going
Okay,
to be
do
a
what makes you
full-time
happy, bro.
musician.
This is what
But
shows
now
you.
George was facing
It might make you. This is what exactly shows you. Go the way how you want to be. If niggas don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. But think smart. Niggas.
another problem. Pink Guy versus Joji. Pink Guy was much bigger than Joji. His music career as Pink Guy was pretty much dependent on the Filthy Frank story. So if he wanted to pursue this full time, it just made more sense to do it as Joji. He was doing press, interviews, sometimes as Joji and sometimes as Pink Guy. He released a Joji song in July
God damn, that's a dump.
and a Pink Guy song in August and said whichever one performs better is the career I'm going to pursue. Just kidding, but imagine it was that simple. He said in a 2017 interview on Hot Ones that he didn't want to be limited to just one type of art or media, that he wanted to pursue both Joji and Pink Guy. But he literally never made another Pink Guy song after this interview. He could have been lying. Again, just trying to soften the blow to Filthy Frank fans knowing that he wanted to
Yup.
come back.
I wish I had the confidence, the self-confidence to switch earlier, because now it's working out pretty well.
Or maybe his label said to
Nice.
him, yo, there's no way you can be taken seriously as a beautiful poetic songwriter when you release
Yeah, that
music
is true.
talking about hot girls on Nickelodeon, using offensive
Hey.
language, and rolling around in absolute filth. I think his mind was made up. He didn't want to be Pink Guy. He was just avoiding the backlash that he knew was coming. In Tongues came out, which featured huge tracks like Will He and Demons. Tracks that started to garner him a fan base of people who didn't even know who Frank was. By now, he is officially signed to 88 Rising, with distribution from Empire, giving him the
Nice.
backing of the multi-million-dollar machine needed to navigate the
Nice.
music industry. He released a book, Francis of the Filth, which basically
Nice.
summarized the entire lore of Filthy Frank. Along with
Joji
that came
gotta
the
be like
last
60
video he
years
would
old
ever
now.
post. Basically,
Nah,
killing
realistically,
Frank
he was 20.
and burying him
I'll
in
say
a
he was
hole.
like 9.
It was
I feel like he's like
poetic
29
and
now,
artistic,
or
and it would be
28.
officially legitimized in December of 2017 via a tweet. Filthy Frank officially retired to pursue his
Dang.
career as Joji. Fans could not
Dang.
come to terms with the retirement, even though he had been almost fully focused on music for a year at that point. But to fans, it kind of blindsided them. They didn't realize this day would actually come. In hindsight, it seems like it was all planned for years. He slowly implemented the music into the content until it became more music than
Yeah.
comedy. It was much better than him slowly falling from grace, being censored, being attacked by the cancel culture wave, than trying to appeal to them to save his music career, putting less effort in the
Wait,
video.
what?
The cancel culture
Joji canceled trans after.
wave than trying to appeal to them to save his music career, putting less effort in the
Damn.
videos. Maybe he was doing it for his health. Maybe he wasn't making any money, but he quit
Yeah.
before he could fall off, and that's what certified him as a YouTube legend.
Good
Just
job.
a few months after his first EP, he's doing 1,000 plus person venues as Joji. You might be
Nice.
wondering, if his fans hated the serious stuff so much, then how did it work? Well, he still had super diehard fans that loved
That's so far.
his work.
What the fuck? Oh my fucking god, it's something else that's hard.
I mean, he had millions of followers. Even a small percentage supporting Joji was thousands. Plus, there's no denying that Joji is extremely talented. He had been working on music for over a decade at this point.
Bro, don't
He
play
was
any of his
always a
music at the end,
musician
or we're gonna have
who
problems.
decided to make some goofy comedy videos, not the other way
Especially,
around.
bro, I'm about to
Plus,
fucking
it's not
throw
like his
up,
music
you
only appealed to
motherfucker.
people
This
who
is
knew
exactly
who
why I
he
can sit
was
through a
on
whole
YouTube.
video
People
of you
discover new
when I was
artists all the
fucking
time
6
that they
years
like,
old.
and he was very talented. Ballads 1 would release November
He used to
2008.
fucking eat fucking rats or just torture them, bro.
And Joji becomes the first Asian artist to top the Billboard R&B and hip hop album chart.
Good
See what he was
shit.
able to accomplish after focusing 1 year on just one project? With his full focus being on Joji for the past 4 years, he was able to land a couple of Billboard Hot 100
stop, let me
singles,
get bread.
sold out shows all over the world, and 9 million record sales with almost no features. 9 times platinum. He stamped himself as one of the greatest YouTubers of all time, one whose legacy could never be challenged or matched due to the ever-changing
See, like, what the fuck?
political climate. And on top of that, he's already had a more successful music career than most artists after just 2 albums. George
Wow.
Miller is like the childish
This is so
Gambino from
nutty.
YouTube. He's an extraordinary creative who can accomplish whatever he puts his mind to.
Wow.
I'm sure right now he's quietly planning his next move. We'll see about that in the next few years.
Man, you gotta love it, bro. You gotta love what Joji done, bro. I love it. Hey, fuck you, Joji, on my mama, bro. You a bitch, nigga. You put me through all that pain just to know you're a fucking pink eye. It's up for you, you motherfucker. I'm just playing. I love Joji, man. Keep succeeding in life, my brother, and keep beating me on Batty Up. I love y'all niggas, and I'll catch y'all in the next reaction. Indeed.